I, 35F, think my child 18F is pregnant. How do I approach them? TLDR, I think my child is pregnant and I don't know how to tell them that I know. Throwaway because I'm in Reddit circles where I don't talk about my child ever for both our privacy. As far as I know, C doesn't use Reddit apart from those robot-voiced YouTube videos. But if you do see this, I'm sorry. I love you. I just don't know who to talk to about this. As you can tell from the ages I had my child C, non-binary, they, them, very young. I've been a single mom their entire life, and while I've never let them know how hard it really was when they were little, they're definitely aware that it was a bad situation that I didn't want for them when they grew up. I know that I am a success story because I was able to go to university and build a comfortable life for us. But I didn't try to glamorize it because I wanted C to have a life of their own before taking care of another one. When they were a young teenager, I really preached safe sex, telling them you have a uterus. You can get pregnant if you're going to do it. Please, just be safe. We are incredibly close, and there's very little we don't share with each other. I keep more to myself as the parent, obviously. C has always confided in me if something was wrong, or even if they just wanted to talk. As soon as they started struggling with their identity, they came and told me, and I was just so happy that they knew they could trust me with it. I've been there through all their school struggles. I know all their friends. I met their significant others. This is a long way of saying that there's no reason for them to hide this from me, and I don't know why they haven't told me. I've had thoughts that C could be pregnant on and off for a couple of months, but it only really hit me in the past few weeks that I could be right. The only early sign I can think of was what we thought was a really bad food poisoning in September. They were actually hospitalized for dehydration, but we'd had a takeaway the night before, and C's had been a bit questionable. As far as I'm aware, they weren't sick after that. I started questioning it properly when I noticed that we weren't running out of menstrual products as quickly, but I thought they were probably using the ones at their 6th form since they're spending so much time there prepping for exams. I finally had the realization about a week ago. C is an oversized jumper person, but we were going somewhere nice for my birthday, so they were wearing a dress, and I thought their tummy looked a bit bigger. I didn't say anything because I don't want to spark eating disorder behavior. Also, we're both quite thin, but maybe they gained weight, and they just carry it differently. I think a few days later, they were playing on the floor with the cats and their top rode up, and my heart just plummeted when I saw a definite bump in the line you get on your tummy when you're pregnant.
If they noticed that I noticed, they haven't acted any differently since then.
The only way I can describe it is that I felt my heart sink. Not even because they're probably pregnant because they didn't tell me. I will support them no matter what. It might be too late to terminate, but if they want to keep the baby or give it up, I'll be there for them. I just can't think why they wouldn't come to me. Is it somehow possible that they don't even know? What if they're somehow not pregnant, and I just wreck our relationship by asking them? I don't know what to do. I just want them, and baby, to be safe and get the right care and for them to know I love them. Update Teal. Dr. I suspected my 18-year-old was pregnant after noticing weight gain and movement in their tummy, so they'd been keeping it from me for a while and I didn't know why. Now there's a lot to do before baby arrives in April. Thank you for all your comments. I'm glad I posted because I really needed the outside perspective. Also, I did ask C and they said, "Isn't Reddit for trading stocks?" So do with that what you will. My kid is much funnier than I am. I ended up going to C right after I posted and just asking them. I said something like, "I've noticed some changes about you. Is there anything you aren't telling me? I promise I will support you no matter what happened, but I just need to know what's going on," not mentioning the pregnancy specifically because I wanted them to open up by themselves. C broke down in tears, and we had a long cry and cuddle before they told me everything. I won't be disclosing some of the details about how they got in this position for their privacy. They are pregnant and weren't sure how far along, but knew they were quite far now. I thought they looked 6, 7 months. Then we did a home fundal height test and felt the uterus high up on their tummy, over halfway. and measured 29/31 cm, which was a shock to them since they thought they were only 5 months. They've known for a while but tried to ignore it, knowing that early miscarriages are common and they might not have to tell me. They said they knew they had to do it soon because they couldn't hide their bump anymore and they were really scared now, so I'm glad I asked them when I did. We managed to get an emergency midwife appointment because they're so young and so far along without any prenatal care, and they got a scan straight away for dates, etc. I'm glad they did because a lot of the fear just evaporated when we heard the heartbeat and saw her wriggling around. We found out they're 30 weeks, with a normal, healthy baby girl. We both cried during the scan and then again in the car. I felt incredibly guilty that I didn't notice my child was 7 months pregnant and apologized for not asking them sooner so they were hiding it for longer.
Now that they aren't hiding it, I don't know how I didn't see it because their bump is quite big and not easily hidden. I keep telling myself that they were trying very hard to hide it from me and spending lots of time at school, but I don't know.
I'm just trying to reassure myself that C and baby are both healthy and think about all the million things we have to do before she's born. I made sure they knew it was their decision and I would help them with whatever they chose, and they told me they wanted to keep the baby. I knew this was going to be the answer and was already coming to terms with it before I even talked to them. Baby is probably going to arrive right before their final exams, so I'm going to fight to make sure they have the best chance possible at school. They're deferring a year before university anyway, so it could be a much worse situation. My baby is about to have a baby no matter what, but I'm going to make sure they're okay. So it's been a surreal day for both of us. Seeing your child suddenly being very pregnant and knowing you're going to be a grandmother at 35 is a lot to process. I'll update if anything major happens and we'll probably keep using this account for other support, but I think we're going to be all right.